Let's start in present-day Tokyo, where we meet a 37-year-old man named Satoru. He leads an ordinary life, and despite never having had a girlfriend, he is generally content. While strolling around with his coworker Tamura and Tamura's girlfriend, something unexpected happens. Out of nowhere, a hooded man appears and goes after Tamura. In an act of bravery, Satoru shields Tamura from harm but ends up getting stabbed himself. As he lies on the ground, bleeding and in pain, he hears a voice declaring that he is gaining various abilities akin to those found in video games. Satoru, desperate to stop feeling the agony from his wound and his body growing cold, listens as his voice tells him he now possesses resistance against heat, cold, electricity, paralysis, stabbing, physical attacks, and even pain nullification. Before passing away, Satoru instructs Tamura to find happiness with his girlfriend.
Just promise me you'll have a happy life together.
Regretting his life as a virgin, he expresses a desire to be reborn as a womanizer. Just as Satoru's life fades away, the voice reveals that he has obtained a unique skill called Predator, and the powerful Great Sage skill. Satoru loses consciousness, and upon awakening, he finds himself in a void. He retains memories of his past life, but realizes he is unable to see, speak, or feel his limbs. However, he discovers that he can move and perceive rocks and plants by touch. Whenever he touches a plant, he instantly absorbs it, gradually coming to terms with the fact that he has been reborn as a slime, one of the weakest creatures in video games. Although he no longer needs to eat or sleep, Satoru continues absorbing plants out of sheer boredom. He soon learns that his Great Sage skill allows him to communicate with a voice that can provide answers to all his questions. Curious about the plants he has consumed, Satoru inquires about them. The voice explains that he possesses a unique skill called Predator. This ability allows him to store living beings and objects within his stomach, analyze them, and acquire their respective skills. Moreover, he can transform into those objects at will. Eager to test his newfound skill, Satoru analyzes the medicinal hypocute herbs he has consumed. He discovers that these herbs only grow in magical-rich areas and are composed of magicals, a substance present in all magical beings. Since he has nothing else to occupy his time, he continues absorbing plants and exploring his abilities as a slime. Deciding to gather all the hypocute herbs in the cave, Satoru plans to create numerous healing potions within his body. Afterward, he embarks on gathering valuable magic resources. However, inattentive to his surroundings, he inadvertently tumbles down a peculiar flight of stairs. Despite not feeling pain, he realizes that he can still take damage. Fortunately, his self-regeneration skill quickly heals him. Suddenly, Satoru hears a deep voice speaking to him in his mind. Upon realizing that Satoru can perceive him, the voice offers to grant him the gift of sight. The condition is that Satoru promises not to get scared and run away. The mysterious individual has been sealed in the cave for 300 years and has been longing for someone to talk to. Communicating through thoughts, Satoru agrees to the conditions. The voice proceeds to teach Satoru how to sense the magic energy surrounding him, enabling him to acquire a skill called Magic Sense. Utilizing his newfound gift of sight, Satoru gazes at the owner of the mysterious voice and realizes that he is an enormous and intimidating dragon. Introducing himself as Veldora, the Storm Dragon, one of the 4 true dragons in this world. He informs Satoru that slimes typically lack the ability to think, making Satoru's existence quite extraordinary. Veldora also reveals that people from other worlds occasionally visit this realm, but Satoru is the first known individual to have been reincarnated into this world from another one. When these other worlders visit, they always gain special abilities. Veldora shares the story of how he accidentally destroyed an entire town 300 years ago. A strong female hero emerged and defeated the enemy, using her special ability called Ultimate Imprisonment to trap him inside a cave. Satoru, intrigued by her, asked the enemy if he wanted to be friends.
Hey, what if you and I became friends?
Are you serious? Me, the mighty storm dragon Veldora, become friends with a lowly slime?
Yeah, you're right, it was a stupid idea.
Satoru managed to convince him by promising that he would never return to the cave if he became his friend. Veldora, the enemy, reluctantly agreed. Veldora wanted to give Satoru a name in this new world, so he named him Rimuru. They also came up with the new name Tempest to signify their equal partnership. and Satoru used his great sage skill to analyze and break the prison. Valdora allowed Rimuru to absorb him along with the ultimate imprisonment, so they could analyze it together and eventually break free. Meanwhile, in the great forest of Jura, where Rimuru's cave was located, there were several countries and kingdoms concerned about Valdora's disappearance. They feared that the other monsters in the forest might unite and attack the humans. There was also a risk of the Eastern Kingdom trying to conquer the surrounding provinces, now that Valdora was no longer there to protect them. A guildmaster named Fused and a minister named Variard were troubled by these events. Fused agreed to investigate the forest and the Eastern Kingdom's plans. Back in the cave, Rimuru searched for an exit, acquiring new skills and defeating enemies along the way. Eventually, he found a massive gate, and as it opened, a group of adventurers entered the cave. Rimuru hid and escaped while the adventurers went deeper inside. As he explored the forest, a group of goblins found Rimuru. They brought him to their rundown village and asked for help. The goblins had been facing increased attacks from monsters ever since their god, Valdora, disappeared. Rimuru realized that he couldn't refuse their request and agreed to become the goblin village's guardian. He healed the wounded goblins and instructed them to build a protective fence.
About the village, we'll need to fortify it with a fence.
That night, the dire wolves attacked the village, but the goblins bravely defended themselves using traps and bows. Rimuru managed to defeat the leader of the wolves and asserted his dominance over the pack. The wolves submitted to Rimuru, acknowledging his power. After a joyous celebration, Rimuru unites the goblins and wolves as friends, giving them all names for easier communication. They embrace their names with delight. Rigurd becomes the chief, and Ranga, the leader's son. Rimuru's naming power weakens him, so he rests for 3 days. Upon awakening, he discovers the village has evolved, with goblins turning into hobgoblins and wolves growing stronger. All wolves adopt the Tempest Wolf Clan name. Rimuru sets 3 rules, appoints Rigurd as the Goblin Lord, and plans to seek skilled dwarves in Dwargo. Bandits trouble Rimuru, but he drives them away, causing unintended chaos. Dwargo's guards throw Rimuru and Gupta into the dungeon, but they prove their innocence to Kaido. A dwarf informs them of a monster threat, and Rimuru provides healing potions to aid the dwarves. Kaido releases them, and Rimuru seeks Keijun's help. In exchange for magic ore, Keijun finds craftsmen to teach the goblins. Overjoyed, they visit a bar with elves, where Rimuru's fortune reveals a destined black-haired girl. Seeing Rimuru, Minister Vesta shows disgust and purposely spills beer on him while ridiculing him for being a slime. Rimuru tries to remain calm, but Keijun becomes angry and knocks out Vesta with a punch for disrespecting his guest. Suddenly, Keijun offers to leave Dwargo and join Rimuru's village, which fills Rimuru with joy. However, Keijun's act leads to his arrest for assaulting a minister, and he is thrown into Rimuru and 3 dwarf brothers from the bar. While in the dungeon, Keijun explains the reason behind Vesta's strong animosity towards him. So, what did you think of Satoru's journey so far? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching!